edit. I was just saying, don't edit that.
Ready? What's going on, guys? Coach Alcee here with BQ Squared. We got Coach Michael, aka Coach Quick. Real quick, show them why you're called Quick. Woo! All right, now that we got their attention, let's go through a few spinal mobility exercises. Okay, this is the last video of the low back series that we've been doing. We started out, the original objective was to help decrease the pain and the tension in your low back. The more we get going on with these, the more I just want to continue to empower and educate you and have you understand why we do the things that we do. All right, so we've done the stretching. I call that the flexibility. I'll tell you why. Today is stretching in a different way where we are focused on the mobility. Before, we worried about the stretching, especially of the hips, loosening muscle ups in the hips so that they don't pull on the muscles of your low back, right? Notice I talked about the muscles. This is the feeling and the tension. Today, we're going to focus on the mobility. The stretches that we are going to do today help to increase your range of motion, help you to move better. So yes, we'll hit the muscles. You will probably feel in the muscles some. That's not the objective. The objective is to mobilize and move through your vertebrae, okay? We've seen a picture of a skeleton really from about the back of the skull right here to the bottom of the hips. That's what I consider the spine. Yes, actually, no, that's exactly what it is. It goes all the way through. You have cervical, the thoracic, the lumbar, it goes down underneath through your hips as well to more of your spine. So with that being said, we're going to show you a few different exercises to mobilize your spine, because motion is lotion. The movement that you choose to use now is a movement you will be forced to use later, okay? Move your spine while you can so that later you'll be able to. Exercise number one, we're going to start off with cobra pose, okay? So first things first, lie down, prone position, face down on the ground, hands underneath your shoulders. I want you to look up as big as you can and slowly extend your arms, arching through, rounding through your spine right here, okay? Michael, do me a favor, walk your hands a little bit more forward. He's extremely mobile right here. So I want that curve and that round as much as possible. This, if you go look up stretches to help with your low back, this is always here. When I was dealing with extreme low back pain, this made it worse. It didn't feel good because you're shortening those muscles up, okay? Go ahead, come all the way down. If we're shortening those muscles that may or may not always feel good, what you're doing is allowing the mobility through that lumbar spine right here, okay? That doesn't always work for some people. You might need a modification or a regression. So the regression, call it seal pose, having those elbows underneath your shoulders for this one. First, just stay right here, look up as big as you can. Maybe this is where you need to be. Again, he's extremely mobile. Don't compare yourself to this mobility. But he's able to round a little bit more through his upper back. Straighten out your arms for me. Palms down. Good. Still walking a little bit more forward. So that's, again, a regression. It's more to the middle of your spine rather than all the way to your low back. So we want to be able to move and completely extend all of our vertebrae. He has it from the top of his skull right here all the way down to the bottom of his hips. Go ahead, lower down there. That's number one. I'll show you the cobra and the seal. That's number one. Full extension, holding it for about 30 seconds, or sometimes I like to count breaths, so I'm not worried about time. I just take those deep breaths, count those breaths up to 5, okay? Exercise number 2, open those knees up, press hips as far back as you can into child's pose. This one tends to feel really good, especially for your hips, rounding through the spine. So what we did is we put your body into full extension, that's the cobra pose. Now it's in full flexion. We're moving it one way, we're moving it the other. Those are the main two ways that your spine moves. We want to mobilize them as well as they can. This feels good. There's many ways to do it. Michael, go ahead and walk both hands over to the right. Keep your hips where you are. This is a way to really deepen that low back stretch. If you need something more for the muscles, you can walk both hands over to the one side, you can walk them over to the other. That's going to target those muscles a little bit more. So, third, the main function of your spine is rotation. So we'll lift up in a tabletop position, knees up to your hips, wrists up to your shoulders. We're going to cat-cow. Arching as much as you can as you inhale. This is our cow pose. Lean with the bottom of your hips, the top of your skull. Exhale as you tuck everything under and round. So you imagine the movement to your breathing here, going full extension into full flexion. Full extension into full flexion. You are moving through every single one of your vertebrae. that you can. Okay, I say that, add that last little bit because a lot of people are so very limited. We work with a bunch of people whose spine fuses together because of the lack of mobility. If you can practice on doing these daily, one, it helps you move better. Two, it helps you give you more energy. The more mobile your spine is, the less compressed your spine is, the more all those nerves, all the blood flowing through your spine is able to travel through your spine and support other movements, support your energy, okay? Last one we have for you are thread the needle. You start at that tabletop position, reach one arm up as big as you can, twist through the spine, and then sweep it down underneath the other, dropping it down to that shoulder. So rotation through the spine, okay? There's different ways we can do it. We showed y'all another stretch for the flexibility video that we did to help relieve the tension, that helped to increase the rotation of that low back. This is middle back, or upper back. The low back does. Middle back, the thoracic spine, are designed to rotate and twist the most. So if you're just turning everyday life, thoracic is where you want to turn. Okay, we showed you the other one with the leg crossbody to get a little bit more of that low back stretch that can twist through the lumbar. Good, you can relax it there. So we have the cobra, aka seal, just depending on what version you need. Hit that one more time, cobra or seal. So full extension, right? We're holding it for about 30 seconds. We'll push the hips back into child's pose next. Full flexion. Go ahead, hit that child's pose right after. Round through that spine, hold that one for about 30 seconds. Again, we showed you variation. We'll lift up into tabletop position, hit the cat-cows, get both ways, maybe 5 times. Again, we're shooting for about 30 seconds, and then thread the needle. Okay, that's good for your upper back, but it's good for the rotation of your spine, the rotation of your vertebrae. That's what we're doing. Okay, practice these daily. Watch you move better soon. All right, we'll see you on class.